The crisis continues. Welcome back to Fog Football. We've got some Kris Boyd comments to react to. Yeah, I wish it was positive news here, but it's really not. But he did speak about Hamza Gamani. He did speak about Joe Rothwell. He did speak about Russell Martin in general after yesterday's disaster draw against St Mirren. In all fairness, man, it should have been a St Mirren win. So take of that what you will. But he went all in. Right, he went all in on Joe Rothwell's interview on Sky. And I tell you what, Joe Rothwell's interview on Sky was disgusting, man. Bitterly disappointed. Thankfully, Finlay came on and managed to get us a point. We look forward to Celtic next week. See what happens. What does that mean? Bitterly disappointed. I mean, that's all. If you close your eyes, that's James Tavernier in disguise. Nothing more, nothing less. That is ingrained, that is installed into all these Rangers players that come through the door. When you lose, you're bitterly disappointed. How about you don't lose? How about you didn't lose? It's a draw. It is a loss. A draw is a loss, right? Because this is a disaster, a catastrophe. It's fucking mince, man. That's what Boyd had to say, though. Oh, deep breaths, my friends. Right. That interview there was pretty damning for me as well. Joe Rothwell's talking about St Mirren picking up second balls that they were first to. That is your job. You're in the midfield. That is what you were brought in for. You're meant to be the guy that is going into the box that is picking second balls up. End of quote. I agree. Joe Rothwell, right, so far has hid in his Rangers career. That's short so far, by the way, right? And if he keeps playing, I guess it will be short. All this guy's done, right, so far in the Rangers shot, is essentially play between the two midfielders that he partners and the centre-backs, and he just runs about with the ball making like 5-yard passes. That's all he's done. Has he done anything good? Anything? I mean, a wee flick here or there, but we can all do flicks, right? We've all been on a football pitch before. We can all do flicks, right? But this guy's like one of the most highest paid players we've got. What a flop, man. We're going to be looking back at this in January, next summer, and be like, we've got a 31-year-old on 40 grand a week or whatever it is, and we can't shift him. And you want to know why we can't shift him? Because he's a shiftless. Bah! Reel it in. Reel it in. Alright? But he is. He is. Alright? He is, man. On it, he's out of shape, he's not fit. And that begs the question, well, if he's out of shape, get in shape. And if he's no fit, and he clearly ain't, then why is he playing? Because Russell Martin's a tosspot, that's why he's playing, man. Honestly. The team plays like every single one of them is starting on like 10% fitness. No, who actually looks fit in this Rangers team? One guy. Finlay Curtis, when he came on, ran about, man. Put the yards in, did that, did whatever. I think Raskin to a degree, but I don't know. I think there's just a bit of laziness and lethargicness about Raskin this season. I think it's because he's fell out with the manager. But Russell Martin has. I cannot believe like it feels, this feels lower than any point I felt during last season. Even when we went out against Queen's Park, and trust me, that was low. This just feels like a different kind of low, man. Crazy. He then questioned the reliance on signings from the lower leagues in England, did Kris Boyd, and this is what he said. It's inflated and overrated. He's brought in a few players, and I think he needs to be very, very careful. He keeps going back to the English market as well. Inflate it, overrate it for me, especially when you go down the leagues. There's a long list of Rangers players who've arrived from the Championship or below who have failed here. And I'm afraid to say at this moment in time, Max Aarons and Joe Rothwell seem to be feeling more towards the Kieran Doyle, Ben Davies, Todd Cantwell, Tom Lawrence category than what they do with the likes of Connor Goldson and James Tavernier. Right now, Rangers are a million miles away from where they need to be. End of quote. A million miles away. I mean, I can't disagree with it. And you know what, I've bashed Tav over the years. I've bashed Goldson towards the end, but the fact that James Tavernier and Connor Goldson, compared to like some of the names that he's mentioned there, like the Ben Davies and the Kieran Doyles and these two fuds that have walked in the door. I mean, it's sad because Tavernier's career has just, it's nosedive, but James Tavernier has given us some great fucking moments over the years, and you know, and you can't take that away from him. As much as I want the guy out the club and never to be seen again, you know what I mean? This guy Top goal scorer in that Europa League run, right? Well, overall in the competition. Some great goals, phenomenal goals, unforgettable goals. You know, played a massive part in getting us to win a league title, right? Getting us back. What is Kieran Doyle ever done for this football club? And Ben Davies. I mean, the thing that sticks out to me for Ben Davies is him taking a corner against Real Betis. That's it. That's your whack. Rock bottom. And he's right. We're a million miles away from where we need to be. Now, what did he say about Hamza Igamani? Boyd was a wee bit puzzled on this, but then he dove straight in with a two-footed tackle on him. And he quotes, I said it a couple of weeks ago that the players have been running the club for far too long now. If he's injured, he's injured, but I highly doubt it. If that is the case and I'm Rangers Football Club, I'm packing his bags and I'm driving him to the airport and saying bye. If you don't have people who are willing to knuckle down and work hard to help this team at the moment, then see you later. It's at boiling point right now with the fans towards the manager. And the team, if Russell Martin is not strong to see through this, he is going to join Gio, Philip, Clement and Michael Beale in going out the door. He needs to get the right type of characters in this dressing room and quick. I remember Daniel Curzon absolutely tore Celtic apart at the end of a transfer window, but he went and done it the right way by saying, I'm going to put in a performance and leave the next day after that. That's not going to be about it the right way by Igamani. Refusing to come on and help your teammates? Yeah. End of quote. He didn't come on and help his teammates. It's a shite situation. It literally feels like rock bottom, man. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? It's over, man. The balloon is burst. See what I felt a couple of months ago with the 49ers, man, and the takeover and this and that, and some of these signings a couple of months ago. The balloon's, but it's done. It's all over. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. We'll be back later on with some more Fallout, and of course, got a big midweek ahead. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, big matches, and we'll be here to cover it all. So till next time, peace.